We'll start by opening the box and removing the contents. When unboxing, be careful when using a box cutter or other sharp objects so as not to damage the product. Be sure to save the box. It'll be used for storage after the tree is taken down. I'll set the box cutter depth just to cut the tape and the plastic, but not to go so deep as to cut anything more than that. I'll start by removing the contents of the box. We're going to remove the Christmas tree stand and each of the sections of the tree. Many of our trees also come with an extra set of lights. This is just an emergency set of lights in case something is not quite working. You can use this to illuminate the section of the tree that's not working and call Vickerman immediately, and we'll take care of the actual problem and get the tree working the way it should. First thing we're going to do is review the contents of the box. We have our stand and we have our sections A, B, and C all labeled. I also recommend that we plug in the section into an outlet just to verify that all the lights are working and everything is fine. Vickerman uses a hinged metal stand, which means that the stand is all one piece and will swivel to the open position. When you swivel to the open position, you will see a hole that will come into alignment and you'll be able to see through it. This is where the thumb screw will go into. You'll put the thumb screw, turn it through so it just gets through both pieces of metal, and stop right there for now. And now what we're going to take is the bottom section, which is the last letter in the alphabet that came with it, which in this case is C. When we take off these caps that come with the poles, we'll see that section C in this case is the pointed one. The pointed one is always the one that goes into the stand. And we're going to put section C, slip it into the stand, and then tighten the thumb bolt on the stand. Next, I recommend plugging in the Christmas tree section into a power source and turning on the lights. Vickerman trees over 6.5 feet tall have a step-on switch that you can use to turn lights on and off. Next, we'll start to shape the tree. First, bring all the branches down on the bottom row. And then we'll start to do the tips. A great looking tree starts with great shaping, and that's done branch by branch and tip by tip. First of all, we're going to show you what a branch is. Now each one of these things that are coming down is a branch, okay? And each branch has many tips on it. All these tips serve a function. Some of them look really amazing on the outside, and in the back is used to fill in so that you can't see through your tree. So you always start with these tips in the back. There's usually 3 of them, and you push one up to cover the pole and put these on the side, and anything else fills in. And when you're putting these going across, you keep going to cover, knowing that there's space where you missed the first time, and you just keep going that direction. When you get to the edge, you'll notice that there's little smaller branches that come off. Those will pull out to the sides, and then you'll shape the end. A properly shaped tree at a 7.5 foot tree takes about 45 minutes to an hour to shape. And when you get done shaping it, it's going to look amazing. Once you're done with the first branch, move to the next branch and go around each of the rows. And after that row is done, then you'll drop down to the next row and start again on the next row. Once you're done shaping all the branches and all the rows of this section, the section should look about like this. We're now ready for putting on section B on top of section C. Quick tip when putting section B into section C: rub a bar of soap on the pole on section B before slipping it in, and when you're taking down your tree, it should come out easier. So here we go. Let's put section B on top of section C, slide it right in, and here you'll see we have another cord coming out of the bottom. This cord is labeled section 2, and is labeled 2, and it's going to plug in to the spot that has a 2 on it on the section below. Take down the first row and start shaping the tree again. Now that section B is shaped, the tree will look about like this, and the only section now we have to put on is section A. And A will fit into the insert on section B, and string the cord labeled number 1 on top down into the tree, finding the number 1 and the outlets, and plugging it in. Now we'll just pull down the branches and shape this section. All right, now that you have your tree up, you can see it looks beautiful as it is. What we can do now is just kind of step back from the tree, take a look and see if you can see any areas that could use a little extra adjusting, holes, or maybe that there's uneven lighting, and just give it a little bit of a little adjustment. So here, for example, we might have a hole. Just make your little changes, pull a little lighting down into the area, and then step back and take another look. Once you've done that a few times, you'll see that the tree is beautiful and ready for Christmas. Thank you for taking time to watch the video on how to set up your Christmas tree.